going to walk through how to draw a dot onto a ThinkOrSwim chart. You can see right there I've got a yellow dot at the close of this candle, and we'll talk about how to draw that and then move it around the chart. All right, so I'll start out by coming up here to Studies, Edit Studies, and we'll create a new study by coming over here and making sure the Studies tab is selected and then hitting Create. I've already got one open here, so I'll click on this one. And the first thing we'll do is we'll define a function just like we would if we were drawing a line, and we want it to be true. In this situation, we're going to plot the dot on the close of the 10 o'clock candle. So we want it to be true at 10 o'clock candle every day. So we're going to say define point equals if seconds till time. What's the time? We're going to say 10 o'clock. That works on a 24-hour clock, so if you want to do 1 p.m. or 2 p.m., you would do 1300 and 1400. Say 2 equal signs and then a 0. That says if the candle is 10 o'clock, then plot something on the close. Otherwise, don't plot anything at all with double.nan. So we've defined that, and now we need to plot it. Come down here and say plot, and then any name we want. I'm going to say A equals point. Now when we click this and go to plot it, we won't actually see anything, and the reason is because it's still thinking that it's supposed to be drawing a line, and a line has to have 2 points, and we're only drawing 1 point, so it doesn't know what to do, so it doesn't draw anything. But we know that it's working because if we come here and change this to 100 and 0, we can see here that it's returning true at that 10 o'clock candle and then not true everywhere else. So we'll change these back. Then how we'll get it to show is we'll come down here, and if you come into the documentation, you can type in set style up here, and what you'll see is you'll have this, and you'll click on curve, and it's got 5 different types of lines. You can have dashed lines, a solid line, then there's also points right here. So we'll click on this, and we can see that these are little dots. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to set the style to curve.points. So we'll do that by coming back over here, a.setStyle, curve.points. Go ahead and apply that. You can now see that there's a little dot right there at the close on the 10 o'clock candle. So in order to make that, we're going to make that a little bigger, and we can change the color. Come back in here, and we can say, come over into the documentation again. Set line weight would be the one to increase the size. And I believe this works on a 1 to 5. So if we want it to be as large as possible, we'll say a.setLineWeight, say 5. And then to change the color, we'll come down here and say a.AssignValue color, and we'll change it to color.yellow. Apply that. Now you can see we've got a big dot, yellow dot right there at the close of the 10 o'clock. So this works on the intraday. Now if we wanted to do this on the daily, a little bit different because we don't have time candles on the daily. You can see it's plotting all those there. So in order to get it to work on the daily and above, we'll come back in here and we'll change this around. We'll use the function, we'll define a function called day, and we'll say get YYYY MMDD let's change the terminology around a little bit. We'll say current day, set current date there, and then we'll put an input up here, desired date, and we'll be able to enter whatever date we want. And we'll have to enter that in format where we do the year first, 4 characters for the year, so it's the full year, and then it's the full month and the full day after that. And then we'll come here where we have seconds till time, and we'll say if the current date equals the desired date, then plot it on the close. Say OK. And now you can see we have a yellow dot there on 10:17. If we wanted to change that, we could come here, double click on this yellow one, move it, let's see, move it to the left too. So we'll look here, we'll see it should move up here. Oops, let's see, what's that day? Maybe I may have moved it onto a weekend. What is this right here? It's 13. All right, so we'll come back in here. Maybe one more. And there we go, it moved that 13 candle. One last thing to add, if you come here and type in set painting strategy, come here, you'll see by clicking on one of these, a lot more choices here. So we've got our points down here. We also have squares, we've got triangles, we've got a bunch of other different stuff that we can explore. So if we wanted to change this to, let's say, a triangle, we would come here and instead of doing set style, we would say set painting strategy. Painting strategy dot triangles. And if you look at the dot here, you'll see when we hit apply, if I can do it, let me see. We hit apply, that'll turn to a triangle.